Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is October 5th, 2024, and Barcelona are reportedly pleasantly surprised with Wojciech Szczesny's physical condition. Also, we're going to talk about the squad list and Hansi Flick's statements ahead of tomorrow's match against Alaves. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the Goal Kit, Skip Bag, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now begin this video with the news that Barcelona's newest signing, Wojciech Szczesny, the Polish goalkeeper, has been officially registered with La Liga. And as you can see on your screen, this is directly from La Liga's website, which shows all the Barcelona goalkeepers that have been registered with the Spanish League. And right there you see Marc ter Stegen, Iñaki Peña, and right next to Peña, we see Wojciech Szczesny, who has been officially registered as a Barcelona goalkeeper. And as I mentioned in a previous video, he has been given the number 25 jersey. As we know, that was the last remaining number for the first squad, and as such, Szczesny got that number and he's now officially registered as a Barcelona goalkeeper with the number 25. Well, now that Szczesny is officially registered with La Liga, the question was, is he gonna be called up for tomorrow's match against Alaves? And well, the answer is no, because Barcelona did release today the squad list of players that will be participating in tomorrow's match. And as you can see on your screen, we'll see Pau Cubarsí, Alejandro Valde, Íñigo Martínez, Ferran Torres, Pedri, Robert Lewandowski, Ansu Fati, Rafinha, Iñaki Peña, Pablo Torre, Marc Casado, Pau Victor, Lamine Yamal, Frenkie de Jong, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia. And here's where we would have seen Wojciech Szczesny's name, since he is the number 25 jersey, but instead we see Astralaga, followed by Hector Fort, Gerard Martin, Sergi Dominguez, and Jakubowski, which I hope I said that correctly. So these are the players that have traveled to Basque Country because they're already there. In fact, the team had a training session today. After that, they flew to Basque Country. They're already there ahead of tomorrow's match against Alaves, which will be the last match before the FIFA international break. Now, speaking of tomorrow's match, I will be doing a live watch-along. So if you guys want to join me and watch the match with me, and then of course followed by the post-match live analysis, where hopefully I will be analyzing another Barcelona victory. Now, speaking of Wojciech Szczesny returning to the Polish goalkeeper, it's reported that Barcelona are pleasantly happy with the physical state of Szczesny. Now, Wojciech Szczesny has been training with the group, and it's reported that Flick, his staff, and all the coaches are extremely surprised with the physical condition of the Polish goalkeeper, because as you know, he did come out of retirement, so they were not expecting him to be as fit as he currently is. And in fact, it's reported that Flick and the coaches, including the goalkeeper coach, they expect that Wojciech Szczesny could be ready to start playing in only a few days, because again, he has come in very good shape, and they're surprised at his physical condition. As we know, of course, Szczesny had 3 weeks of training before signing with Barcelona. 1 week he did in Poland, 2 weeks in Marbella. So he didn't, completely come off his sofa and just show up. He had some training. And even though Barcelona were aware of this training, they did not expect Wojciech Szczesny to be in good shape as he currently is. And again, they expect him to be ready to play matches in a few days. And of course, we do have the international break, so he will for sure be ready after the international break. Now, Hansi Flick did speak about Szczesny's physical condition in a in a pre-match press conference. So this is not just speculation and rumors. In fact, Flick confirmed all of this when he said the following: I think he is in very good shape. Of course, talking about Wojciech Szczesny. With his quality, with his experience, he's a very good option. When I spoke to him for the first time, I was very impressed. He told me he was ready if we needed him. We think he will bring a lot to the table. Unfortunately, he won't be available against Alaves because he needs more time. But he will be available after the break. So Hansi Flick confirming that Wojciech Szczesny is indeed in good shape, and that even though he's not going to be ready for tomorrow's match, he will be ready after the international break. And also revealing, the very impressive words of Szczesny, telling Flick, hey, if you need my help, I'm there for you. And as such, coming out of retirement to come help out Barcelona in a time of need, which is definitely very much appreciated. Now, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think is going to happen after the international break? Do you think Szczesny will become Barcelona's first goalkeeper? Do you think it's still going to be Iñaki Peña? Let me know down below, because as you know, there are reports saying that Szczesny had told Lewandowski that he is not coming here to be on the bench. He's coming here to earn that first goalkeeper spot. In my opinion, I think he can easily do it. Szczesny has been one of the best goalkeepers in Europe in the last, at least 10 years. So I have no doubts that he can do it. But I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts. So let me know down below in the comment section. Now, that's not all that Flick touched on in the press conference. He was also asked about rotations because, as you know, the last La Liga match, Flick rotated heavily against Osasuna. As a result, Barcelona lost 4-2. So he was asked about rotations, and this is what the German coach had to say. I said it before or after the game. I think it was the right time to rotate. Now we have 4 days between games, and I think we are at 100%. I hope that tomorrow the situation will be completely different. So Flick saying, look, I said it before, I'll say it again. Rotations were needed. That's what I did. Now it's different, right? Because there were 4 days of rest as opposed to when we played against Osasuna, it was only 3 days. And he thinks that tomorrow everybody's going to be at 100%, so the situation will be different. So in other words, we won't see rotations tomorrow, or if we do, we might see maybe 1 or 2, not like we saw against Osasuna where there was only 4 starters on the field. Now, also, Hansi Flick was asked about Lamine Yamal and Robert Lewandowski because the two of them were subbed out in that match, in the Champions League match against Young Boys, and they were both looked very upset. So Flick was asked about that situation, and this is what the German coach had to say. It's normal. Every player wants to play 90 minutes, but well, things were the way they were, and you have to make changes. I made a decision. They have to accept it, and they accept it. Lamine in the second half didn't have so much possession, but his attitude is very positive, and tomorrow he will show it once again. So Flick said, look, that was a situation, and otherwise the situation mandated that players be subbed out because the match was over, right? We had already won, even though the match wasn't over officially. Young Boys weren't really creating any danger, so the situation called for substitutions. So Flick pretty much saying that, and then saying, I made the decision, and you have to accept it. And I like that, because guess what? Flick is the coach. If he makes a decision, players have to follow it. They like it, great. If they don't, too bad. Flick is the coach. So Flick making that very clear, but also saying, they also accepted it. Yeah, they were upset. That's normal. Every player wants to play the entire match. That's just a competitive nature of athletes. But they accepted his decision, which, again, they better. Because, again, Flick doesn't care whether you accept it or not. It's his decision, and you have to follow. After all, he's not here, to be your friend and be like, oh, what do you want? No. He's here to make the decisions because he's the coach and he knows what's best. Now, finally, Hansi Flick was asked about the international break because there were reports earlier stating that Barcelona were not happy with the French national team, who have decided to, surprise, surprise, rest Kylian Mbappe, even though Mbappe was good enough to play matches. But now all of a sudden he's not healthy enough to participate in an international break. But they have called up on Jules Koundé. And in regards to that, Flick said, no, it's something I can't change. It's something I can't change. We'll see what happens after the break. We'll have to adapt to whatever happens and make decisions. I think the players who are called up by their national teams feel it's an honor, and that shows how good they are. So Flick, as always, not only being honest and being direct, but also not wanting to get himself into trouble. They asked him about, France calling up Koundé, but not Mbappe. He's like, look, it is what it is. We'll see what happens after the break. After all, Flick, he's not one to look for excuses. He deals with whatever cards he's dealt, and that's exactly what he plans to do after the international break. Whatever happens, happens. Once that break is over, he'll see what's going on, and based on that, he'll make his decisions because, again, Flick is not here to make up excuses. He could have easily been like, oh, it's the international break. That's why we lost against Osasuna. Oh, my God, the count. He's like, no. whatever I have to deal with, I'll deal with it when the moment comes. And, well, that's how it looks like so far, where Flick has been dealing with whatever comes his way without complaining. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I will be uploading another video in a few moments. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to be talking about players that Barcelona are interested in. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, peace, guys.